Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the National Spectrum Managers Association 38th Annual Conference. I want to give you a little background about what we're doing here, a little bit about the agenda, and then we'll move forward with our panelists. High level, NSMA was created at the request of the Federal Communications Commission in 1984 at the dawn of the breakup of AT&T. The FCC comprehended and understood that wireless was going to become a major player well beyond what it was prior to '84, and there was a great need for interaction between industry and federal agencies. And it is the pivot point where federal agency spectrum experts, spectrum managers conglomerate and get together with industry. And we work to understand and comprehend, is there harmful interference existing? Is there harmful interference potentially going to exist where the confluence of new spectrum allocations and new equipment and new network designs are all coming together? And so we work to hash that out and develop guidelines. And typically NSMA's guidelines are accepted by the FCC and the other associated federal government entities that work in conjunction with the FCC, NTIA, State Department, DoD, et cetera, as well as other federal agencies in the ITU and the International Telecom Union and things like that. The membership also is very interesting. We, as far as we know, are the world's largest collection of spectrum managers. We have 760 as of last night, both federal and industry entities affiliated with us through our closed LinkedIn group. If you're not a member of that group, definitely join it. And of course, if you don't have formal membership, we encourage you to join and become a formal member of NSMA through our website. So with that, I'd like to just talk briefly about our agenda. We always try to work very clearly to locate the top issues that are at the front page of the Wall Street Journal or on the top scroll at the FCC's agenda and NTIA's agenda and the ITU's agenda. And so this next coming couple days, you'll see from the worldwide experts on 6 gigahertz, on satellite mega constellations, on drones confluencing with AI. Imagine, grid pattern armies of drones flying over our cities and figuring out interference. Is it harmful? Is there, as a build out occurred, things like that. We also have for GPS, L-band, everything L-band. What's happening in that world, what's happening in spectrum management certification world. There's a huge problem in that there's much more demand than there is supply for certified spectrum managers. Again, we're at the pivot point of that, and how do we encourage industry to respond to that demand and create certified spectrum managers for use in the federal, state and local governments, as well as in industry and education. There's some new films out that have a perspective on spectrum management. We'll be talking about that as well later today and tomorrow. And then we'll have a variety of guests, both from the House of Representatives, from the FCC's Office of Engineering Technology, and other areas like NTIA's Scott Blake Harris on the National Broadband Plan. We'll also have some deep dives into the history of spectrum interference. We have Peter Tenhula, longstanding folks from NTIA and FCC who have written deep understandings of literally the history of harmful interference. I don't think this has ever been publicly presented before, so we're very excited for that. And we also have the Spectrum X Workforce Management Plan and what's going on there. We have a variety of board members who are athletes of all these matters, and you'll hear from them, and I'll be quiet so they can sing their songs. We also have the Huawei Rip and Replace, which I'm not sure everyone's aware of. We have the folks from Fidelity who will be speaking to that. And we have George Kaiser, former past president of NSMA, who'll be not only speaking on our human and RF exposure panel, but also he'll be doing a standalone event on the FCC rule update on TIA's 10 rollout. And for those of you who are spectrum managers, you know what that means, and he'll bring that level set for folks who don't know what that means. And we also have from another past president, David Meyer, how we develop our guidelines. He'll talk about what's called our Working Group 3, and he'll bring that down to a general level. And we'll have Michael Calabrese, who is in dynamic spectrum management and digital divide forefront activities, and we'll hear from him as well.